we talked about this idea of validate rather than debate, or connect before you correct. Anyway, the idea is that we want to align. We want to connect with our child before we start laying the heavy hand, right? We want to basically connect with them and say, to validate them, to basically say, I get that you, and the big word is you, I get that you believe, and I want your child to be seen and heard when they've got a concern, whatever it is. If they say, Mom, I want the sky to be red, you basically say, I understand, I believe you want the sky to be red. Like, sometimes we might be going in as a parent and be like, why would you want the sky to be red, right? But in arguments and disagreements specifically, we want to validate, we want to connect with our child before we assert ourselves onto them. We don't want to squish them. We don't want to squish them down, because then that's where I start having trouble, that's where your kids start having trouble, is that when they say, Mom and Dad never listen to me. Mom and Dad, they just are always thinking that they're right, right? Those are little signs to me that maybe as a parent, that you are asserting yourself and not listening and validating your child enough, okay? So this isn't about who's right and who's wrong. This is about just connecting with them, being able to connect with them and say, I hear what you're saying. I got you. I really totally, I know that this is what you were saying. This is what you were saying. Okay, that's the first step, is just to validate, just to validate. Second step is hey, how's that make you feel when this is going on? How are you feeling? Are you know, they might say, I'm feeling angry, or I might feel sad, or I might feel frustrated. And again, we're connecting with them again. We're validating them. I can see where that may make you feel. Okay, now I keep saying you because your child is going to have a perception and you might have a totally different perception. We're not talking about you, you, the parent, at this point. We're just continuing to validate, or emphasize, highlight what the child's experiencing, what your child is experiencing. Parents, put the brakes on you for a second. Put the brakes. Don't go heavy-handed right now. Put the brakes on you, and let's just focus on your child. Oh, okay, so you're thinking that I got upset with you today because you didn't put your shoes up, and now that's making you feel sad. Oh, I can understand. I can understand where you think that I got mad at you for not putting up your shoes. I could understand where that might make you feel sad. And then here's the last part as parents. And here's how I see things. Here's how I see things. The way that I see things is, yeah, I am disappointed in you. I am disappointed in you because I believe, not you, some parents would go, it's because I'm disappointed because you never put your shoes up. No. It's because I believe that when I ask you to do something, that you ignore me. You ignore me. You don't do it. I believe I have to ask you 3 or 4 times. Now, here's the thing. Now we're coming to this disagreement with both of your perceptions, okay? And we want to find the commonality in that. We want to find the commonality in your perceptions. And the commonality is that neither of you are being seen or heard, right? Is that Mom, Dad, you're just getting mad at me, and I don't know why you're getting mad at me. And child, yeah, I'm disappointed because you never do what I'm asking you to do. And so then after that, so first thing is just to validate, right? Validate. I can see, I understand. Second is to really just empathize with them. Just give them some empathy around their feelings. And then the third is to assert yourself. Okay, assert yourself, being this is what I believe. This is how I see it. Okay, now fourth is to come to some common understanding. Okay, can we agree that when I ask you to do something, can we agree that you'll say okay and that you'll do it? Is that an agreement we come to? If I don't keep hounding you, and I only ask you one time to do something, if I only ask you one, because I know right now you're telling me I ask you 2 or 3 or 4, can we come to some agreement that if I ask you, you'll do it? And my hope is that if you can connect with your child and you can really experience what they're experiencing, you can hear them instead of talking, you can hear them, and then you can assert yourself after you've connected with them. The temperature of the conversation is going to go down. There's going to be way more connection. You're both going to be seen and heard, and hopefully in the end that makes your agreement that much easier. All right, now I know this all sounds like psychobabble and it's easier said than done, Randy, easier said than done, but what I really want you to get out of this is not all those steps, not all those steps. It's just to really be able to see and hear your kids for their perception and who they are. It doesn't mean they're right. It doesn't mean they're wrong. It just means that's what they believe. And if you can really get good at connecting with your kid and they can see that you are there for them, then you're gonna get them way more on your side than you ever have before. All right, y'all? Validate rather than debate. Connect before you correct.
On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup.